During the process of changing his body for a movie, John Krasinski believed he had a heart attack. When John Krasinski was cast in The Office as Jim Halpert, a character whom some viewers truly detested, he was far from an action star. Krasinski, on the other hand, looked like someone who works in an office. After The Office finished and Krasinski prevented important plot points from being revealed by lying to David Letterman, he began to receive offers for roles that were more action-oriented. As a result, the Jack Ryan actor had to go through a significant physical metamorphosis in order to become a credible action hero. This meant long gym sessions and a strict diet to develop into the chiseled specimen he is today. If things had been different, according to a joke by John Krasinski, he would have dated this actress instead of Emily Blunt. But there were sacrifices to make in order to reap the benefits of being in this kind of form. Krasinski specifically believed he suffered a heart attack while changing his body for a movie. The A Quiet Place actor has vowed to keep this commitment after undergoing a significant metamorphosis over 10 years ago. For a movie role, John Krasinski lost weight. Due to the success of his television series Jack Ryan, Krasinski is now well recognized as an action star, yet his first action job wasn't given to him until almost 10 years ago. It was called 13 Hours. The film The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi turned out to be the turning point in Krasinski's career and physical appearance. When Krasinski received the 13 Hours role, he had 16 weeks to get in shape and look the part of a Navy SEAL. Krasinski gave himself one final chance to indulge in what he wanted to eat towards the end of 2014, knowing that he would be working out hard and eating healthily moving forward. 50 quesadillas were ultimately consumed while on vacation in Mexico. Krasinski said, "There was a make-your-own quesadilla thing, and this man just kept making us quesadillas. I believed, this is it. My final night of freedom is right now. So I took the plunge. Oh, it'll all turn into muscle, I thought. I didn't really comprehend the science there." The next day, when Krasinski got home, he had his first meeting with his trainer. He had a body fat percentage of 26%. However, Krasinski had reduced his body fat to down to 5% by the time he was scheduled to be photographed without a shirt 4 months later. Such a remarkable turnaround required commitment and effort. Krasinski exercised as a result twice a day, 5 times a week. Without Steve Carell, John Krasinski's career would have suffered. "It was hard at times, I have to be honest," Krasinski admitted. "We performed a ton of metabolic training, including hauling sleds and other activities I've seen NFL guys perform. At times, the violence was so intense that Krasinski thought he was suffering a heart attack." John Krasinski said his extensive training made him feel like he was having a heart attack. Krasinski anticipated working out with weights and doing some cardio when he began his preparation for 13 Hours, The Secret Soldiers of Benghazi. After all, there had never previously been any significant training to achieve the best possible physical condition for a function. But after his trainer Simon Watterson began training him on the first day, Krasinski discovered how misguided he had been about how he would be exercising and how difficult it would be on his body. "Let's go forward." As for how the workout would begin, Krasinski remarked, "Let's start the bench press." He says, "No, you'll have to lug that sled there and there. How challenging might that be?" After being instructed to reposition the sled, Krasinski recalls what he was thinking. "My heart is stopping. It was so terrible." The Office's most emotional scene ever included Rainn Wilson and John Krasinski, which concluded with an off-script moment. Krasinski vowed never to have to undergo such rigorous training again for any more action jobs that could come his way. Krasinski still abides by the advice Watterson gave him as a result of this. Why John Krasinski won't participate in crash diets for movies. Krasinski understood how difficult it would be to repeat the 4-month procedure if he needed to be in top form for a role after he reduced his body fat from 25% to 5%. Even worse, Krasinski might have to decline the part if he didn't have 4 months to get in the same shape. Krasinski decided not to go on any more crash diets for roles as a result. Watterson gave Krasinski some wise counsel to make sure he didn't have to. Watterson advised Krasinski to take periods off that were no longer than 3 weeks from the workouts. Krasinski could ensure that he was no more than 3 weeks away from getting back to this new and improved best shape if he heeded this counsel. This does not imply that Krasinski was required to maintain a constant level of low body fat. Krasinski had to make sure that his training matched the tasks that his character would have to perform on screen, after all. As a result, Watterson prepared Krasinski in this manner for all of his action parts. "I like to look at our training and make sure that what was on screen matched what would be born out of his routine and his job," said Watterson. "In my opinion, good performance produces only good aesthetics." It is evident that Krasinski has had success with this method of instruction. Despite being placed in an action part, he not only keeps in excellent shape but also never needs to worry about being in fighting shape for Jack Ryan. There has also been talk of Krasinski making a comeback in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which his wife Emily Blunt would adore but for which he would need to get in shape. Naturally, because Krasinski is now recognized for his action parts, maintaining his fitness is essential for any more projects he may be offered. This implies that his on-screen persona and, possibly, his career at this point, depend on his agility, strength, and muscular definition.